What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video, and before we get actually fully into this, I just wanted to say that I'm running a thing to where if 50 people join my Discord down in the description, then I will be doing a giveaway at the end of January for a $50 Visa gift card. So if you want to join that, hit the Discord link, join it, talk to me, tell me something, fight me, freaking fight me, boy. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Welcome to the video. This is the deck that we're going to be using today. It's a Pigeot EX deck, and I just cannot wait to use this. If you saw the deck opening yesterday, then you saw I finally got 2 Pigeot EXs, so I was finally able to make this deck, and my lord, was it worth it. Dudrigon Pigeot EX. The only time it does not work is if you don't pull literally anything, which I will show in this video. A painful, painful loss. But also, I have beaten crazy decks with this, whether it's Charizard, Celebi, Mewtwo. I literally did it all. I literally fought the freaking trials and tribulations that it takes to make it here. And I am so happy to show you this thing. So if you like the video, and let's get right into this. All right, we found our first victim. I'm sorry. We found our first victim. Let's beat him up. Let's beat him up. But yeah, it's Sensei J. And we are going first, so it isn't usually the greatest thing, but it's fine because we have Dudrigon to put up front, I believe. Yeah, we do. We have him. And then we do have a few parts to our Pigeot EX, including the Pigeot EX cards. That especially makes me feel safe inside. And it's nice. And we also have the Poke Flute. This thing is just cracked inside this deck, because if you take out anything that may, like Pigeot EX's ability, Scatter Cyclone is just completely crazy. So it does an initial 80 damage if you only have one thing in the active slot, but then for each benched Pokemon, it does an extra 20 damage up to 140 damage, because 3 benched Pokemon, that's as much as you can have. So it does an extra 60 damage if you have all the bench slots filled. So it's just extremely scary. And then not only that, if you take out a Pokemon before you get to actual Pigeot EX, then it just gets worse, because then you can just flute it in. You can play your beautiful flute and take out a regular Pokemon from their discard pile and then place it on their bench and then just annihilate them, especially if they only have... Alright, so let's say that their Pokemon has 100 HP, and you can only deal 80 because they only have one Pokemon in the active slot and nothing in their bench. You would usually see this with like an Articuno 18 trainer deck. Then it would usually be doom for you, because Articuno can then just smack you for 80, then you yada yada. But for this, you would be able to actually flute it really quick to get the other Articuno that you took out beforehand. This is what I did yesterday. I actually took out an Articuno 18 trainer deck as well. And I fluted the Articuno back into the back line of him, and then took out his Articuno that he potioned to 100 HP. And then I knocked out him, and he was doomed. He was absolutely doomed. That was so fun to do. But yeah, just overall, this deck has so many good parts of it. The only problem is withdrawals if you don't get the things, because we're not using a lot of different Pokemon. But as you can see, Dudrigon Pidgey out right now. We have another Dudrigon we're going to put out, because in the end, our bench doesn't matter, because we just want to make sure that this Pidgey and Pidgeotto stay alive for as long as possible to give it the energy that it needs to turn into the beautiful bird that we'll see in just a little bit. But yeah, you just need to make sure that these Dudrigons are in, keeping everything safe. Also the nice thing about Dudrigon is we all know it has that back hit, it has that rough skin, which takes everything down for minus 20 HP when it's time. And so in the end, it's just doom for them, absolute doomsday. But yeah, overall, it's just wonderful. It honestly just is. This Celebi deck, I already know I'm going to beat it. I'm feeling great about it. He has his full back line. That's 140 damage when it's finally time for me to hit it. And then also, Celebi needs to attack my Dudrigon to even get to my Pigeot EX. So it's going to be down to 111 which is literally, I win. I absolutely win. So I'm just sitting here just waiting. I'm just absolutely waiting for him to play anything or just do anything or just finally attack for once in his life, because it's just taking him forever. And at this point, I literally built up enough energy because I'm also running the energies for Dudrigon to be able to attack. At this point, he's literally wasting so much time that I'm building up the energies on my Dudrigon to attack. It's like, what are you doing? Come on, fight me. Fight me. I'm gonna win anyway. Come on, fight. And he's just not doing it. He's just standing still. And so my Dudrigon has a fire energy, a water energy, and it just needs one more basic energy of any of these, and then it's able to attack for that 90 damage. And the nice thing is this gets leaf supply, hits me down to 50, but guess what? Rough Skin comes in, and it smacks it for the 20, and now I can hit 90 this turn because of him taking forever, because he doesn't know what to do. Like, no matter what, I was going to win, baby! Anyway... We're gonna smack him down with that Dragon Claw, and now he's literally forced to put in Celebi because he has nothing else that has any energies on it. And yeah, he's just absolutely doomed at this point. And that's just the whole nice thing. He can literally hit my Dudrigon, that's completely fine. I still have my Pigeot right in the back in my deck, and I'm just waiting to use it on this birdie. Yeah, I like to sit and wait and just kind of hold my cards in the back. If you're battling me, that may be a good thing for you to know. But in this guy doesn't know me. I'm a nobody. So he doesn't know my strategy. So he flips 8 coins, which doesn't really matter in the end. It's just basically for... Did you guys know that, like, in your stats screen, like when you look at how much battles you've won total, and then how much stars you've gained, or like how many points you've gained, it also shows your max damage you've ever done. My max damage I have ever done is 200. That is it, and not even from Charizard. I did it with something else. But yeah, I've only done a max of 200 damage because I usually use non-meta decks that are just kind of there, you know? They're not too crazy, but they get the job done, and that's what I'm meant to do. That is my goal. I don't want to play like a Celebi deck and then be like having a chance of hitting like 700s or different stuff like that. I'd rather play a Pigeot EX deck and just absolutely sweep and show you guys something cool that not a lot of people do. Of course, Pigeot is pretty big. I am going to say that. 2 points there, and then we win the game. That is us. Oh yeah, this is the game. This is the game. All right, so, all right. I checked my deck really quick. It only has 8 cards left in it. And I have my 2 Pigeot EXs in the back. I have my Dudrigon that has taken so much damage, and I already had another Dudrigon before this that took so much damage. And I just cannot get Pidgeotos. You want to know how bad this was? I know that you think, oh, he probably used his professors and stuff like that, and now it's at 8 cards. No, this 8 card contains 2 professors, 2 Pidgeotos, 1 leaf, and different other things, and an X speed. It's so nuts. It is absolutely crazy. I do not know how bad. X speed. So I just surrender. But we're gonna go into a next battle right here, and everything will be fine. We will forget about that. Erase it from our minds. Erase it from our minds. It's still there, but it's okay. It's all right. It's just a Dragonite deck. It's no big deal. No problem. So we have our Dudrigon right out front. That's what we love, and we did get a professor in the first part this time instead of waiting until after. Like, it was just so bad. It was just probably the worst drawn deck that you could get with this kind of thing, because yes, we are only playing with 2 Dudrigons and then 2 Pidgeys, 2 Pidgeotos, and 2 Pigeot EXs. But it's still like, that's 4 cards out of 20, so usually you're supposed to get them dispersed in pretty nicely and it should work out. But it just didn't that time, you know? It's just the luck of the draw sometimes with this game. But overall, this deck, if you get literally, all right, I will say this. If you get everything that you need, like if you get what you need at good times, or like pretty solid times, even if you're waiting for the Pigeot EX for a bit, or a Pidgeotto, you should, a lot of the time, win against any kind of Pokemon. I mean, literally, I beat Charizard, Articuno, 2 Trainer, Mewtwo, and Celebi, some of the top decks with this literally in my time, and the only times I've lost is getting those awful draws where I literally don't get anything for like 10 turns in a row. So overall, this deck is pretty dang reliable, I would say, when it comes down to it. I know that there will be a thing coming where it's the like Celebi 5 continuous wins, and I'm gonna try and use this deck in it and see if it does correlate with that, if it does work against these top decks in that kind of battle feature kind of thing, and see if we can get those 5 continuous wins. And I also have a lot of other things coming with Aerodactyl and stuff like that. As you can see, I am completely fine with this right in front because it only has 2 electric energies on it, and it's just completely useless. It is just kind of sitting there. It's not able to use its move, even though it has 2 energies on it. And I don't know what he's thinking, honestly. I am not playing in beginner. I am playing in TCG player. So I don't know. He's thinking about random stuff. Maybe he's just thinking not today. I know it's backward on your screen, but it's not today. It's not today. And he's done. He's absolutely done. Just like me, especially while watching this guy. So I just leave because I'm just goofing and gagging at this point. I have my Pidgeot EX. I know that this game is going to already be done at the end of this, so I just switch him out just to make sure I don't take any damage from this thing when it does get that water energy on, if it does use the water energy on it, and it ends up not. They just put it on the Dratini in the back and then evolve it to a Dragonair, I believe, as well. And he also puts Chatot back there. He Giovanni's. What's that gonna do, bud? What are you thinking? Like, out of the decks that I faced with this is literally like the worst one. I just couldn't record the other ones because I was at work. And so you guys get this master class, or sorry, disaster class in in how to play. But so we just retreat it, we go into this, we do the Pidgeot EX, and then we just start firing off the Cyclones, the Scattering Cyclones. That is such like a cool name. I also love the word Cyclone, just because it's much better than saying, oh no, the hurricane or the tornado is coming towards you. No, at least say Cyclone. That sounds awesome. If I was like in Alabama and I was hearing that like a tornado was coming at me, I'd be like, okay. If I heard Cyclone, I'd be like, oh no, I am dead. Oh my god. Yeah, it just sounds cooler, you know? I don't know. There's something about it. If you think that Cyclone sounds cooler, I would highly suggest that you write in the comments and agree with me, because we got the victory, but tell me that Cyclone is cooler. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please support the channel, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.